and a warm welcome to TBC News. Our headlines tonight. Advancements in airports to expand local business and attract investments. Government determined to continue to tackle trafficking in persons. Good evening, I am Teddy Mparanyanga. You can also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TBConline, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter pages at TBConline. Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa says that the government continues to improve the Songwe Airport in Mbeya and other regions to facilitate the export of goods abroad and attract investments in the tourism sector. Majaliwa was talking Kabwe and Soweto residents in Mbeya shortly after his arrival. He insists that the government is committed to improve road infrastructure in the region and Songwe Airport. Here's the report prepared by Adolf Mbata, read by Anna Masoke.
Speaking to Mbeya residents at Kabwe shortly before holding a meeting with environmental stakeholders in Mbeya region, the Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa says the expansion and lighting of the airport will open up economic opportunities and increase income of tourism to those regions. The Prime Minister believes production of various crops, various types of tourism, and transportation of raw materials will be improved in the region.
Anaendelea kuboresha maliasili zetu ili tukuze utalii.
The president continues to improve the tourism sector. Tourism in Mbeya has to be improved. The airport has a huge runway so as to allow big planes to land in Mbeya. We are doing all this in order to draw in markets from our neighbors. The markets from Congo, Zambia, and Malawi. We are also installing lights at this airport so that the airplanes can land here even at night and when there is fog.
Majaliwa informed the residents that Tazara Railway is also under construction and upon completion will improve even further the transportation system in and out of the region. Anna Mosioke, TBC News.
Thank you for that wonderful piece. Dar es Salaam Special Zone Commander Jumanne Muliro says the government has repatriated 16 Tanzanians who were trafficked to other countries. He was addressing hospitality industry seminar, stressing that the industry can play a crucial role in eliminating the problem. Here's the report prepared by Lulua Mohammed, read by Nasa Kingu.
Trafficking in persons is reported to be the third largest trade in the world that affects people's lives, especially women and children. The Home Affairs Ministry is providing training on the issue. The Dar es Salaam Special Zone Police Commander Jumanne Muliro and a senior officer from the Ministry of Home Affairs, Ahmad Mwendadi, say the training aims at providing knowledge on human trafficking.
Kwa hiyo tunajaribu kutoa maarifa na elimu kwa watu mbalimbali wafahamu.
We try to provide knowledge and education to various people. There are various promotion announcements, there are jobs in Oman, Thailand, Turkey, China, and people are motivated to go to work. People need to be careful and wonder how one can get a job easily.
Ndio wengi hawataki kutoa taarifa.
Most do not want to give information. Let me appeal to Tanzanians. We have established a special task force to prevent human trafficking, and it is here in Dar es Salaam. The main goal is to get information if someone is doing illegal human trafficking inside or outside the country. It's better if someone reports to the police, immigration officers, ask the task force, or report to the secretariat.
On his side, the project officer from the United Nations organization dealing with migration, Ken Heriel, says the training is a very important aspect and will help to reduce the effects of the trade.
Or in collaboration with the government, continue to provide education to the community so that they can know what human trafficking is, how they can avoid it without forgetting its effects.
Through the training, Tanzanians have been urged to do enough research before applying or accepting any job offer abroad.
Tabora Regional Commissioner Ambassador Dr. Batilda Burian has assured National Defense College students from various countries that Tabora is a region with many investment opportunities, including agriculture, livestock keeping, beekeeping, and construction of various industries. She was meeting the students when they visited her office to introduce themselves. Dr. Batilda informed the students as well as regarding the implementation of the economic and social strategic plans. Here's a report by Dr. Elias, read by Faithangaga.
Participants of the Agriculture and Economics course of the National Defense College, NDC, from Burundi, India, Kenya, Malawi, Egypt and Zambia are there in Tabora region for a practical training. They will visit the modern SGR railway project and the Mamapuli irrigation dam in Igunga district. The head of the expedition, who is also a senior trainer and director from the college, Colonel Regechora Rutambuka, says the issue of security includes understanding of other social issues as well.
Swala la usalama ni swala mtambuka, linahusu sekta zote.
The issue of security is a multi-sectoral issue. It pertains to various areas. There is the issue of environmental security, economic security, even the people's security, and water security.
Ambassador Dr. Batilda Burian says that in order to liberate the people from poverty, the government is implementing various economic and social projects.
Wananchi wanaondokana na hali zao duni zinakuwa nzuri zaidi.
Citizens now live a better life, and the government is doing its best to improve the citizens' lives, and their health is improving due to the construction of hospital infrastructure. In education, the government has built schools. The government also built road infrastructures where citizens can transport crops from their farms to the markets. Ambassador Batilda insists that the implementation of the project also offers different investment opportunities for the region.
Kuwa na mradi huu wa SGR utapelekea kuhakikisha kwamba mizigo.
The SGR project will enable the cargoes to be transported in a short time, 8 hours from Tabora to the port. Also, you can use 3 hours to Kigoma. Then afterwards, the cargo goes to Congo or Burundi or Rwanda. We will also have a dry port whereby cargoes from various regions would unload. Faithangaga, TBC News.
Thank you, Faithangaga, for that piece. Moving on to the next news, the Minister for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Adolf Mkenda, says new education curricula with extensive improvements which incorporate views of various education stakeholders are expected to be released soon. Professor Mkenda was in Mtwara when he visited the teachers' colleges and VETA in the region with the aim of checking the quality and efficiency in teaching. Here's a report prepared by Martina Ngulumbi, read by Nasa Kingo.
The Minister for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Adolf Mkenda, says the biggest challenge facing the education sector in the country is the frequent changes in curricula. He was on a tour in Mtwara region to inspect the teachers' colleges and vocational training centers. Following the challenges, Professor Adolf Mkenda insists it's time to introduce new curricula that incorporate views from various education stakeholders.
We are
the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology have completed the reform of education. We have completed the draft of the policy review and we did it with the participation of various people. It will be a great reform that has never happened in the country and let's hope for more great things.
Furthermore, the minister states that one of the biggest mistakes made in the Mtwara region is to change the technical education college that was there and start providing regular education to teachers. He directed the college to start preparing teachers for technical education.
Let's do our best to see what is needed to make Mtwara Kawaida and Mtwara Fundi and College and campus that will continue to issue diplomas and degrees.
Initially welcoming the minister, the director of VETA in the southern region, Neema Mwakaluka, explains how they're implementing the renovation plans, while the Mtwara Regional Commissioner, Colonel Ahmed Abbas, congratulates the government for improving the education sector.
Kuna ukarabati ambao unafanyika wa hoteli hapa utagharimu shilingi milioni 669.79.
There is a hotel renovation going on which will cost 696.79 million shillings and has reached 70%. We are also managing the construction of the Masasi Vocational College and so far it has reached 95% and has cost 2.39 billion shillings. Newala College, which was originally a secondary school, we have spent $324,746 million to turn it into a college.
Within your face, we have seen changes, and whenever you speak, we see new things to come in the future that can happen if you all unite. I also see your face to change the education sector. This matter cannot be completed by your own thoughts without our cooperation.
The Minister for Health, Umi Mwalimu, says the government will continue to improve maternal health services in Tanzania. She made the remark in Dar es Salaam at 2nd Women Health Conference 2023. Minister Umi insists that it is time to start educating young girls in schools about women health issues.
Celebrate achievement katika kureduce maternal and child mortality. There is a discussion here in Tanzania whether we should actually provide sexuality and reproductive health education to our children, especially in primary and secondary schools, But as the Minister for Health, I truly believe that we need to empower our children, at least to understand my body, my protection. Kwamba don't touch me here, how does it work? Kwa hiyo ni jambo ambalo we are still negotiating within the government, but with other development partners and civil society organizations here in Tanzania.
On their side, the health practitioners say the conference will help them to expand their knowledge on issues relating to women health issues.
It's the second of its type in Africa, because the first one happened before in Rwanda, Kigali. Now, this one is in Tanzania, Dar es Salaam, because Tanzania is a beautiful country, and since the conference is about women and women's health, what better than Tanzania than to have the conference at? Having a president who is a woman, a health minister who is a woman. So we believe that Tanzania has got a lot of path that they walk to empower women.
This is the 2nd Women Health Conference. The first one was held in Kigali, Rwanda during 2019. Moving on to the next piece, Tanzania Bureau of Standards, TBS, says will continue to conduct inspections in various areas to ensure that products imported into the country and the ones available in the market meet the standards and quality required for the interest of consumers. The acting manager of TBS in the Eastern region, Francis Mapunda, made the remark immediately after destroying more than 20 tons of expired products worth 400 million shillings.
Bidhaa hizi tunazoziteketeza zilikuwa na uzito wa takribani tani 20.
The products that have been destroyed weighed approximately 20 tons and they were worth 400 million. They were confiscated in various ports. They were illegally smuggled into the country. I urge business people to stop selling commodities that are prohibited and below average.
For his part, the senior inspector of TBS, Aaron Zala, has said that the sale of products that do not meet the standards have negative health effects and affect the economy.
The effects of using fake products include the increase in cancer patients and other health complications. The users will also be affected financially because they find it hard to maintain an income. Most of their income goes to their health. It is very dangerous to use products that have been banned or food products that have expired. The products are harmful to your health and eventually to the economy as a whole.
Aga Khan Hospital has received modern radiation therapy equipment for cancer treatment. The technology will equip the hospital to be able to treat 50 cancer patients daily. The arrival and installation of the equipment will reduce the need for cancer patients to travel abroad for treatment. Emmanuel Samuel reports.
Speaking immediately after the signing of the purchase and the installation of radiation equipment between the Aga Khan Tanzania Health Institute and Electa Cancer Treatment Equipment Distribution Company, cancer specialist from Aga Khan Hospital, Dr. Harrison Chua, and the representative from the Electa company has said that the equipment will make it easier to operate on cancer diseases through radiation of 3D, CRT, VMAT, and IMRT system.
These two machines are state-of-the-art machines. They're the latest radiation technology machines available in the world, offering high-precision treatment, whereby you can treat by both 3D conformal, you can treat by VMAT, by IMRT, and the stereotactic radiosurgery, SRS. At the same time, we're having the latest model of the CT simulator from GE called Discovery RT, which will provide high-resolution, wide-bore images for us to make sure that we treat our patients well.
Today, we are witnessing a historical moment of Aga Khan Healthcare Services and with Elekta company, Swedish radiation oncology equipment manufacturer, is signing a project for 2 linear accelerators, Elekta Versa HD. So the Elekta Versa HD is capable of delivering the high-end treatment modalities such as stereotactic radiosurgery, VMAT, and IMRT.
On their part, Aga Khan Development Network, together with the other representative from the Elekta company, have said that the investment will help in building the capacity of health experts, especially in the cancer diseases.
We are very much committed to deliver, and I hope the same will happen from your side, and we are going together to make this a success. And that's what we are looking forward to, because it could lead to much more. Like we said, we work in several and many other countries, in low and middle income countries, and the capacity for and the importance of doing much more in the field of non-communicable diseases, including in cancer care. As we all know, not much more needs to be done.
Particularly proud that we can be part of this journey towards cancer care in Tanzania, which we all know, and Dr. Harrison has explained before, there is a very dire need for cancer equipment here in Tanzania. People have to travel long distances to come here, and so this is the great start, and we hope that this will be the beginning of the journey to have more and more equipment regionally rolled out closer to where people live in the Mwanza area, in the Kilimanjaro area.
On the other hand, the Director of Cancer Prevention Services from Ocean Road Hospital, Dr. Crispin Kahesa, is among of the officials who witnessed the signing of the contract and had a comment on such project that it is going to help not only the Aga Khan Hospital but also the other hospitals which are located on different regions in the country, such as Bugando, KCMC, and the other.
As you know that in Tanzania has a population of more than 60 million people who need access to a lot of machinery, and especially with high technology. For the past many years, the government, the patient, and the caretaker has been invested a lot of time and resources in seeking this care in abroad. And this one, to some extent, has marginalized some of the people who could not afford to get the care. But having in the countries, we're going to save time, we're going to save money, and also improve access and make it available to everyone.
Among other things, it has been stated that low and middle income countries have 80% of the burden of cancer in the world, thus requiring joint cooperation between the private sector and the government in solving such challenge of cancer for the well-being of the nations. Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Emmanuel Samuel, TBC News.
Thank you, Emmanuel Samuel. And that item concludes local news tonight. International news is up next. And here is international news with Nasa Kingo.
Rescuers in Nepal have resumed searching for 4 people still missing after the yesterday deadliest plane crash in tourist city of Pokhara. Rescuers recovered 68 bodies out of 72 on board the ATR-72 aircraft operated by Yeti Airlines that crashed a few minutes before landing. Earlier on Monday, the Nepal Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal has announced a national day of mourning for the victims and setting up of a panel to investigate the crash and suggest measures measures to avoid such incidents in the future. More news from Nepal reported that searchers found both a cockpit voice recorder and flight data recorder from the flight. The data on the recorders may help investigators determine what caused the aircraft to crash. The citizens at the Kisindi city in the Democratic Republic of Congo has urged the government to intensify security in all border cities in order to avoid frequent attacks from gunmen that kills innocent people. They say that following the Sunday's church bomb attack that killed at least 10 people and wounded 39 others in Kisindi, Eastern Democratic of Congo. But the Congolese military spokesperson, Anthony Muyayushi, has blamed the terrorist group to be behind the attack and added that the members of the group will be captured very soon. Somalia's government-led forces have captured an Al-Shabaab stronghold on the Indian Ocean in one of the most significant victories of the Somali's National Army since launching an offensive against the group last year. Speaking on the state-owned media, the Somali Defense Minister, Abubakar Mohamed Nur, said government forces took the port town of Haradere and the nearby town of Galskad from the Al-Shabaab control. He said Haradere was a major base for pirates hijacking merchant ships until 2011. And it was later taken over by Al-Shabaab, which first rose up against the government in 2007 before pledging its allegiance to Al-Qaeda. The government and allied clan militias have forced the rebels from swatches of territory in central Somalia since launching a major offensive against Al-Shabaab in August last year. Italy's most wanted mafia boss Matteo Messina Denaro has been arrested in Sicily after 30 years on the run. Messina Denaro was reported detained in a private clinic in Sicily's capital, Palermo, where he was receiving treatment for cancer, and he was reportedly visiting the clinic under a fake name for a course of chemotherapy. He is alleged to be a boss of the notorious Cosa Nostra Mafia, and was first tried and sentenced to life in jail in absentia in 2002 over numerous murders. More news from Italian media reported that Messina Denaro was captured and then taken to secret location. Among the murders he was convicted over the 1992 killing of anti-mafia prosecutors Giovanni Falcone and Paolo Borsellino.
And that marks the end of the news bulletin for tonight. I am Chedi Mparinyanga. Have a lovely, lovely night.